Yeah, I've seen a few of Alex Bale's theories. They're always fun. This is the Cars conspiracy. I mean, let's keep it on brand, I guess, you know?
Do you really expect me to believe that?
Well, you should. You was there too.
So, Cars is a weird franchise. The
True.
world in the Cars movies is like ours, except for the small detail that everything is cars instead of humans. Which is a very weird premise for a movie franchise,
That's
and
pretty
it only
simple.
gets weirder the more you think about it. Here are just a few things that everyone always loves to bring up. In Cars 2, we see a car pope riding in a sentient pope-mobile, so Catholicism exists in this universe, which implies there was a Jesus Chrysler who died for our car sins.
That's amazing.
There is a Cars TSA, which implies Cars 9/11 probably
Or
happened.
7/11.
There is a World War II Army veteran car, so this universe also probably had Car Hitler and every other historical figure and tragedy.
He was a Volkswagen.
Now, there has already been endless discussion about these movies, and the question that everyone loves to ask the most is, what exactly are cars? Because how can cars exist without humans? Everything about the way they look has clearly been specifically designed by and for humans. I mean, what purpose do these tiny little door handles have in sentient car world? So, because
True.
of this, a lot of people like to believe that Cars takes place in some kind of post-apocalypse after all the humans died out. Maybe there was
I
an
can see it.
AI smart car uprising, or maybe somehow the humans became
Henry Ford was Genghis Khan. Making all them cars. Yeah, true.
their cars
True.
or whatever. And for years,
just didn't
people
even know
have
it yet.
debated this, and no one can agree on what the cars actually are. Not even the creators, who all have conflicting things to say about this franchise. But I
Oh.
think the answer is actually pretty obvious. Everything is cars. And when I say everything, I mean everything. The animals in this universe are cars. The plants are cars. Literally, the
Yeah.
mountains and clouds are car or vehicle shaped. This is not a world
shit.
where just humans were replaced by cars. This is a world where everything, even the physical world itself, is car shaped. We can even see a periodic table for just
Everything
a
is
few seconds in the
cars.
background of Cars 2 that's been renamed to the automotive table of elements. And it's unfortunately too small and blurry to read, but there is a full-size version of this poster in Disney California's Cars themed area that seems to show us that
What?
even the elements themselves have been renamed to car
Racium?
puns. And I like to think that this
Love it.
implies that even on an atomic level, the elements themselves that make up this universe are also car-shaped. So no, I do not believe that humans ever existed in this world. This is just an alternate reality where things are car-shaped. And I think there are two possible explanations as to why. You can either take a carvolutionist perspective and assume this is a universe where the car shape just happens to be the most efficient shape for survival and entropy, kind of like how we can see the golden ratio spiral everywhere in our world, or like how different animals can independently evolve into crabs because the crab shape is just so badass.
I'm a carvolutionist for sure. Why people need a logical explanation on every movie like that? Oh man, you know, because dude, it's gotta make sense, right?
Or we can take a carrationism perspective and assume there is an all-powerful
No, I'm not a carrationist. I'm a more of an I'm definitely an evocartionalist or whatever you call
car
it.
god out there that has shaped and renamed the world into his image. We do know there is religion in this world, and there has been mentions of a manufacturer in place of the word god.
Yeah.
Manufacturer, you're alive!
So, you know, maybe Car God did it. So that is my Alex Bale take on all of these Cars theories.
Maybe Car God
I am
did it.
sorry if that's not as fun or dark and edgy as a post-apocalyptic human theory, but I think it's undeniably what the actual movies themselves support. Now
Yeah.
that basically covers all the stuff that everyone loves talking about with the Cars movies. But the real reason I'm making this video is because there's still something that most Cars theories never talk about. Something that most theorists just pretend doesn't exist because
What
it makes
about
the
Mater?
weird and convoluted Cars franchise look tame in comparison. Yes, that is correct. This is no longer a Cars theory video. This is a theory about Mater's tall tails.
What's that?
If I'm lying, I'm crying.
So, Cars is a weird franchise, but the weirdness is kind of contained to the fact that they are sentient cars. Other than that, they're just kind of normal people doing normal things.
True.
Except for when it comes to Mater.
My name's Mater.
Mater?
Yeah, like Mater, but without the tuh.
Mater is Lightning McQueen's best friend, and he's kind of a dumb,
Some questions
lovable
don't need to
tow
be
truck
asked.
who was born in Radiator Springs. Or I
Yeah.
guess maybe in a mansion. They kind of retconned it in the new Disney Plus show. And he's just a pretty normal,
Of course.
simple guy.
He won 3.
Because Disney cannot help themselves but to just retcon every fucking thing. I don't know why.
He pissed in cups. He did what in his cup?
Except for
Eh,
the fact that he
forgot
keeps
about that.
accidentally ending up in weird, impossible situations. Like how in Cars 2, he accidentally became an international spy for the entire movie.
Agent. You mean like insurance agent? Like a good neighbor, Mater is there.
And then got knighted
Product
by the Queen.
placement.
Sarto Mater.
And if you thought Cars 2 was a weird departure for the Cars franchise, well then prepare yourself for the insanity that is Mater's Tall Tales.
I used to be a fire truck.
I'm guessing this is a Disney Plus show.
Someone call Rescue Squad Mater!
If you go that way, why not start asking why cars have the mouth to talk? Yeah, well, he says it's because God did it.
These were a series of shorts that featured Mater telling Lightning McQueen different convoluted stories from his life, like the time he became a fire truck, or a wrestler, or an astronaut, or when he met aliens, or literally time traveled.
Later, Mater. Later,
What?
Mater.
And obviously, you'd assume that these are all just made-up stories because they're called tall tales, but at the end of every episode, they're always proven to be true.
That did not happen. Houston has another problem. Roger, Roger. That did not happen.
Mater, there's no such thing as time travel.
Oh, by the way, I never did get a chance to thank you for introducing me and Stanley.
And that's how you make history.
Okay, but maybe these are just weird, non-canon shorts. They
Yeah.
aren't necessarily connected to the main Cars movies
No,
that...
I don't believe in that. If you make something as the company, if you're the official company, it is canon. So, like, episodes 4 through 6 and 1 through 3 of Star Wars are canon, and also, unfortunately, so is the Christmas special. It's all canon. Nothing Disney made it, so fuck them.
we care about, right? Well, in Cars 3, we can see a poster that proves that Monster Truck Mater did actually happen. The creators had a chance to distance themselves from Mater's tall tales and instead decided to double down and make them officially canon. But the most confusing thing that happens in all of these shorts is halfway through every episode when Lightning McQueen questions the stories.
Jumping Carburetor Canyon? No way.
Yes, well, you remember. You was there too.
What?
Ready, buddy?
You really expect me to believe that?
Well, you should. You was there too.
Mater reveals that Lightning was also in all of these stories, despite him having no memory of being there.
Well, don't you remember?
Oh,
you
I
was
get
there
it.
Too?
It's gonna be like he forces him to be there or something by remembering
But
it.
remember, we know
He
these
is the
stories
car
are
god.
true, so why doesn't McQueen remember? Well, there is a funny theory that Lightning McQueen might have dementia from all of his many, many accidents.
That's fair.
No, 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 no! Ow!
And that does feel like the easiest explanation, but there's one small detail that contradicts it. In Moon Mater, Mater becomes an astronaut and goes to the moon.
I have a problem. He needs a tow.
Where on earth are we gonna get a tow?
Well, that guy's got a tow.
And later, we of course reveal that Lightning McQueen was there too.
No
course.
way.
Yes, way. But that was nuts compared to you.
But there's a very strange detail at the start of this episode that doesn't quite make sense. Before Mater gets his astronaut suit, why is he blue? Now, this isn't the first time we've seen Blue Mater. In
Yeah, that's
Cars
old
1, there
Mater.
was a brief flashback that showed Radiator Springs in its prime, and we could see that back then, Mater was a clean
Oh yeah,
blue.
so it's before he even met Lightning McQueen. Okay, all right, we're getting into the weeds of it.
So this Moon Mater story must have taken place around that time. But this doesn't make sense, because Lightning McQueen only met Mater after he was covered in years worth of dirt and old dents.
Morning, Sleeping Beauty! Boy, I was wondering when you was gonna wake up.
He never knew Mater when he was blue, so how could he have possibly been in this story?
Yeah.
So even if Lightning forgot, the timeline still doesn't make
I
sense.
wonder if Mater back in the early 1800s was Master Mater. I'm thinking that where this is going is that the car god that changed everything, that changes reality, is Mater, and he's just playing this dumb, like, country tow truck, but he can change reality whenever he wants. That's what I'm thinking.
And it's not like they even needed to make Mater blue in this short. The creators put in extra effort here just to make their story make less sense, but why? And it's not even just Lightning that doesn't remember this. In Cars 1, Mater says this about a road Lightning made.
It's like it was paved by angels.
Oh, I tell you what, I bet even the roads on the moon ain't this smooth.
He was a Master Mater, dude, you know. It took me a second, actually.
I bet even the roads on the moon ain't this smooth. But wait, at this point, hasn't Mater already been to the moon? Isn't I bet kind of a weird thing to say if Mater should know for a fact whether or not the moon is this smooth?
Unless he was there to help build roads on the moon that weren't there yet, so he never got to see them. Aha, theory crushed.
Seems like even Mater himself had no memory of this story. A story that is proven to be true at the end of the episode.
That did not happen. Vader! Houston has another problem. Roger.
So, how does any of this make sense? It's almost like these stories only become true after Mater tells them.
Yeah,
which
that makes
kind
sense.
of implies
That
that
tracks baseball, huh? I mean, because why else would he mention in the beginning of the video the creation theory about gods, you know? It's like the Chekhov's gun thing. You don't put something in a video at the beginning unless you're going to mention it later. So it had to tie into that. The
look at the
causation
way
theory.
Lightning reacts when we reveal he's also in the stories.
Well, don't you remember you was there too? What? You was there too. What? That was nothing compared to you.
It's not like he'd been there the whole time, it's more like he was literally plucked from time and space and teleported into this story at this exact moment, just
True.
because Mater
Didn't seem
said
that
the
way.
words, "You was there too."
You was there too.
And then there's also the fact that even though these stories presumably take place many years ago in many different places, every single time, as soon as Mater finishes telling them, something from the story coincidentally appears right next to them.
Did so?
Did not.
Hello, Doctor.
That did not happen. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Again, it's like the mere act of Mater telling the story is what causes it to happen, which implies that somehow Tow Mater, the simple Radiator Springs tow truck, has the god-level ability to change reality just by speaking.
Yep, storm's on its way.
No way. Look at the sky.
You was there
Listen, I know this idea sounds really stupid and crazy, but if we look
I
back
mean,
through
we are talking about cars here and theorizing about it, so stupid and crazy is on the table.
entire Cars franchise with this in mind, suddenly, a lot of the weird inconsistencies in this dumb franchise start to make a lot more sense. Let's start with something small like Mater's birthplace changing. Originally, we were shown that he was born in Radiator Springs.
You've never been outside Radiator Springs, have you?
Nope.
But in the new Disney Plus show, Cars on the Road, we are told that he was instead born in a rich family and grew up in a mansion on the east side of America.
You grew up here? Yep.
But let's go back and take a look at the first time everyone in Radiator Springs learned about this.
I'd say Mater's been holding out on
Mater is a complicated guy.
I mean, Mater has a sister?
Boggles the mind, man.
No, non ci posso credere.
Mater clearly just told them the story about his family and where he grew up. A story that nobody knew about before.
Wait a minute.
You have a sister?
But now
Yeah, and he
is
grew up
suddenly
in
proven
Radiator
true.
Springs.
You grew
Okay.
up here?
Yep.
Just like Mater's tall tales.
Yep, he can warp reality.
I think this continuity error was caused by Mater's reality warping powers.
You was there too.
In the first Cars movie, we can see a photo
I was
of
there.
Conehenge, which is the Cars World's version of Stonehenge.
That's
but later,
hilarious.
in Cars on the Road, we see it's now been changed to Carhenge.
The sign said, don't touch!
So, why is this structure so inconsistent? Well, why did McQueen and Mater go to Carhenge in the first place?
Look, you picked the last 3 stops. Carhenge.
Anyway.
Because it was Mater's idea.
And he forgot the name of it, and he named it something else, so it warped reality.
You picked the last 3 stops.
Yeah.
He probably previously told Lightning about Carhenge, which caused it to change. Okay, but these are just little inconsistencies. What about something big? How about the fact that the Cars
What are we talking about, my wiener here?
franchise, a pretty simple series about cars racing each other, suddenly decided to make an entire movie about the funny side character becoming an international spy?
Mater, we've got to get that bomb off you.
Bomb? You. Why didn't my death ray kill you?
Death Ray! Doesn't that sound more like the plot of a Mater's Tall Tale? Well, actually, take a look at what happens at the end of the movie when we cut back to Radiator Springs.
So there we was, guns drawn. We was goners. But then, out of nowhere, this beautiful spy car swoops in from the sky to safety.
That's a very entertaining story, young man.
Oh, Minnie, please, come on. None of this happened.
No, you're quite right. It does sound a bit far-fetched.
This is Holly Shiftwell.
I'm Mater's girlfriend.
Cars 2 was a Mater's Tall Tale.
That is such a fucking Mike.
It follows the exact same formula.
That did not happen.
See you later.
Come on. None of this happened.
I'm Mater's girlfriend.
And it all happened just because Mater spoke it into existence. This theory literally makes the insanity of Cars 2 make more sense.
You mean like insurance ain't? Like a good neighbor, Mater is there.
Product
This
placement.
dumb State Farm joke also makes so much more
ability.
sense now because Mater
True.
has the exact same powers from those State Farm commercials.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
With a sandwich.
Oh, dude, I'm totally gonna make a card that's a tow truck called Tow God in my card game, and he's gonna have the ability to spawn stuff in. Oh, that's gonna be good.
And the girl from 4E? And can I get
Oh, that's weird.
Well, don't you remember you was there too?
What?
Mater is unironically the most powerful character in all of fiction. He could literally beat anyone in a fight just by uttering the words, "You was there too." And I believe that he has been secretly manipulating the events of this entire franchise for his own benefit. Now, I don't really have any strong evidence to prove this, but to me, the start of the first Cars movie also kind of feels like another Tall Tale.
Morning, Sleeping Beauty. Boy, I was wondering when you was gonna wake up.
Take whatever you want. Just don't hurt me.
A famous race car just happens to accidentally get stuck in the same town as Mater, and they become best friends for life, and he decides to never leave because Mater is just so cool.
My best friend, what are you gonna do?
That just kind of sounds
True.
like something Mater would make up to manifest a cool, famous best friend.
True.
I knowed I made a good choice.
And what?
My best friend.
Also,
Oh,
the
that
way
has
that Lightning
way creepier connotations now.
gets stuck in Radiator
man.
Springs requires so many insane, unlikely coincidences that all have to happen perfectly at the same time that it kind of feels like it was caused by some kind of divine intervention. Both Lightning and his transport truck Mac needed to fall asleep at this exact part of the interstate, and also at the same time, these random hooligans needed to show up and decide to mess with Mac.
Yo, Wingo! Name change, man!
And also, this Lightning McQueen toy needed to fall at the right time and land on this specific button that opens the back of the truck.
Rube Goldberg style.
And also, this guy needed to sneeze at this exact moment to cause lightning to fall out of the truck. And also, there needed to be a similar-looking red truck nearby to confuse lightning into driving towards Radiator Springs.
Mac!
Recycled batteries, okay.
And also, this cop needed to be here, and his engine needed to be backfiring, which caused lightning to think.
A recycled battery transport, that would be like a heart transplant truck. That would be like a super important medical truck.
Think that he was being shot at.
He's shooting at me! Why is he shooting at me?
Which caused him to drive uncontrollably into Radiator Springs and wreck the town. Which finally caused them to imprison Lightning in the town with Mater.
You was there too.
What? Every single one of those insane coincidences needed to happen at that exact moment for Lightning McQueen to meet Mater and become his best friend. Which honestly makes more sense if it was all somehow...
Which is also what happened to Doc whenever Doc was younger. And that's why Doc was in Radiator Springs. The famous race car driver who just happened to show up in Radiator Springs and hang out there forever as well.
Actually, divine intervention from Mater.
Oh, fuck.
I knowed I made a good choice.
And what?
My best friend. You was there too.
Now, how did Mater obtain this god power? I honestly do not know. And believe me, I have looked everywhere in every piece of Cars media for an explanation. I even read the fucking comic books, but unfortunately, there is nothing. Mater just has this ability to change reality for some unexplained reason, and he is using it to live his best life and go on fun adventures with his best friend, Lightning McQueen.
Mater, how'd you like to come and see the world with me?
You mean it?
And you know what? Good for him. We can even see in the Cars 2 credits that after the movie, they travel the weird car-shaped...
It's because that's why.
...world together and visit all the...
You don't see how?
...great car wonders of the...
Oh no. Oh no.
And then there's also the fact that even though these stories presumably take place...
Alright, I dropped my keyboard.
Which finally caused them to imprison Lightning in the town with Mater.
Yeah.
But for some unexplained reason, and he is using it to live his best life and go on fun adventures with his best friend, Lightning McQueen.
Mater, how'd you like to come and see the world with me?
You mean it?
And you know what? Good for him. We can even see in the Cars 2 credits that after the movie, they travel the weird car-shaped world together and visit all the great car wonders of the world. And of course, they climb the iconic weird car-shaped mountains of this weird franchise. And that is my Cars theory. So thank you.
The Matterhorn. Oh my god. Wow, that was really yeah. I mean, he's got me on his side.
Is this world's Matterhorn shaped like Mater?
Wait, what? It's a Matterhorn?
And yeah, look, it's even been renamed to be spelled like him.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Wait a second. There is an all-powerful car god out there that has shaped and renamed the world into his image.
Yep.
Wait, is Mater the reason why everything is cars? Is Mater just straight up God?
Okay, yeah, alright.
So, in the Cars franchise,
this is where we were going, alright.
Cars, except there is one contradiction to that shows up repeatedly in almost every piece of Cars media: the Dinoco logo. Dinoco is one of the racing brands that shows up all the time in this franchise, and their logo is a silhouette of a big dinosaur. But it's not the dino cars that we've seen in museums, it's clearly just a regular, non-car shaped dinosaur. It's a weird contradiction to the everything is car rule that pops up all over this franchise. Now, if there is some kind of car god that shaped the world into cars, why would he be so inconsistent with dinosaurs? It's a strange thing to leave out. It's almost like whoever created this world didn't know much about dinosaurs. Huh. Does that
when dragons don't exist, that is their mythology?
I don't
True.
know much about these dino
True.
things. What happened to the dinosaurs now? I don't know much about these dino things.
Well, that gum McQueen, boy, I tell you what, I sure do like me some cars. Wouldn't it be fun if everything was cars? I don't know about that, Mater. That doesn't really make any sense. Well, shoot, you should know, McQueen. You was there, too. What?
Oh, my God. Wow, what a video. That was amazing. Yeah, he has me on his side. I definitely think that Mater was the god of the Cars universe, for sure. I mean, that just makes sense.